I'm Professor Reelman, and this is the nature of fitness. Today we'll be looking at a competitor in his natural environment. This is Paul the Deli Sandwich D'Alessandro. As you can see, Paul is quite pale. That is because competitors like Paul crush oyster shells and then mix them with their saliva and their sweat. This mixture is applied to the body and also fed to the young competitors. Young competitors need this vital oyster paste in order to survive their harsh environment, the inside of a volcano. And now, Paul is going to lift his natural foe, iron. In the wild, iron may hunt and predate upon competitors such as Paul, traveling hundreds of miles simply to crush a muscly competitor. However, in this environment, Paul is the predator, and as a hunter, he starts out strong. Here we see Paul using his oyster paste strength to lift the iron into the air. This lifting and lowering action helps to disable iron's nervous system, rendering it immobile and unable to fight back. Paul struggles with this last lift. His back is already broken, dislocated as a natural action that competitors have in their combat with iron. He relocates his back, gets off.
Not happening.
Though we could not see it in that last shot, the reason for Paul's distraction was actually an invisible man. Competitors have the ability to smell infrared signatures, and the invisible man, knowing this, quickly left. There was some speculation that invisible people love to scavenge off of fallen iron bones. Paul returns to his predation and finishes the job. He is a young and healthy competitor, but can he survive his next challenge? Here we see Paul approaching a new iron foe. This one slotted quite differently. He adjusts the belt, which actually grows naturally out of his spine and is composed out of back hair, braided over time and toughened. These pelts are prized in Indonesia for their abilities to heal the gout. Paul uses the strength of the oyster paste and his back hair belt to lift another iron foe, this time while standing. Although we may be fooled as viewers, competitors like Paul do not naturally walk on their two legs. They are not bipedal, but actually tripedal. He places it back on the rack and comes back later. Here we see Paul naturally practicing his escape from the world's tiniest, thinnest pool. These pools are usually 100 feet in length and only a mere 3 to 4 feet in width. They are usually placed inside of the Amazon as traps by native tribes. These traps are meant to catch ostriches, giraffes, and other long foes that may not be able to navigate their way through the pool. I've been Professor Reelman, and this has been your look at the nature of fitness.